Welcome back. Special Thursday edition. Got my man Adrienne trying to get on this joint today. Says he has a few topics that he wants to sound off on. So as soon as it's done telling my followers that I've started a live video, then and he joins in, we'll get on to the topics that he wants to hit on today. So how's everybody out there doing today? I smile just cause I love you. Give me some water. I'm back with the original tuxedo t-shirt. My screen just went black. I sure hope this thing doesn't start going out. Let's see. He's not in here yet. Hi. Hi, Melissa. I know y'all are going to, I know the ladies might, I don't know how this show gonna go because he wants to talk about relationships and he has specific topics that he wants to hit on. So I'm eager to see how this whole conversation plays out. By the way, I'm back with the original tuxedo t-shirt. I ordered me some more. I got some more on the way. So that'll be popping off soon too. Different color schemes and stuff like that. Got my sister in here. Hey, Sinead, what's happening? Good to see you. I know you're ready for this one. And he just logged in, so I'm gonna see if I can get him in here and we can get it on and popping. Just let me work this out. Go here. Click that. Go. Let's see if he can get in there. Okay, I invited him, so hopefully he can join in. I know he said he was in his car. But to give y'all a heads up, he wants to talk about, he gave me 3 topics that he wants to hit on. He wants to hit on relationships. And he wants to talk about race. And he also wants to talk about why some people would rather stay stagnant as opposed to progressing in life. As y'all know, my show is about you. So, yeah, you know, you might get my opinion on some things, but this is more about him and his opinion. So I'm eager to see what he has to say. I did invite him in. Yeah, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know if you can see me.
Oh man, you gotta turn the dome light on or something, man.
I got you, big dog. I'm hoping my GPS. Hey, listen, I'm trying to get on 270. I'm hoping my GPS talk to me while I'm driving and doing an interview. I'm gonna get lost, man. Then it's gonna be on you.
Nah, where you live at? You live down PG County somewhere?
Nah, I live downtown in DC, around the corner from Chinatown, Mount Vernon Square.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I know a little bit of 270 because I work up there sometimes. Oh, you stuck. You stuck like Chuck. I don't know how this gonna work out. I appreciate my 4 followers sticking in. You still there?
I might pop in and out because I'm trying to make sure I'm on the right path before I can fully give you my undivided attention. So if I pop out, that's only because I'm trying to look at my GPS and see where I'm going.
Okay, cool.
And I know that's so unprofessional, man.
It's all good. We'll make the best of it. So I know you wanted to talk about relationships, right? I was telling the viewers that you wanted to talk about relationships, you wanted to talk about race, and you wanted to talk about stagnation and progression, right? That's kind of the 3 things that you told me you wanted to hit on. And I think the relationship thing was the one that you answered pretty quickly. So that's what I really want to focus on, and then we can get to the other ones, right?
Okay.
By the way, this is my man Adrienne. What's your name? Is it Superman?
Superman, Jesus, Tom Cruise.
No, man, you got all kinds of superheroes and Mission Impossibles in there. So let's jump right into it. Just a basic general first question, so we can kind of jump off and I can get a feel for where you are, you can get a feel for where I am. What's your general view on male-female relationships?
All right, before I answer that, let me look at the GPS one more time, make sure I'm going the right direction. Give me 2 seconds, please. All right?
All right.
All right. Hold up.
All right. Oh, he's gone. I don't know if this is gonna work. Ty still on here? Oh, I left. I'll wave to him anyway. I like to go through and click the waves. It's like a little game. See if I can hit him all. Let me see if I can get him back in here. Hey, Adrienne, I think you're gonna have to request to join in again because I don't think I can add you. I don't know if I can add you back. Here we go. I got the request.
Sorry about that.
All right, cool.
My bad. Got about 8.5 miles before I need to look at it again.
Oh God! Every time you look at it, it's gonna kick you out.
Okay, I just had to request back. So my general view on male and female relationships is this. First and foremost, you have to have a friend and a confidant that you can depend on before you even think about girlfriend and boyfriend. And of course, this is just my opinion.
Right.
I mean, that's just the basis of it all. That's like building a house. You're not going to build your house on sand. You know, you're going to get a solid foundation, and then you're going to build up. And it's levels in relationships. In the first level, the base level, the foundation is friendship. Because you want to know who you land with that night. You want to know who you're going out with to dinner with. You want to know who, you know, is coming in your house or you going in their home.
Right.
You want to know these things. You want to know who you sharing intimate thoughts with. All these things are important. And a lot of us, and I'm generalizing, of course, unfortunately, are caught up in visual effects.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the matrix, you know, so, you know, oh man, she looks wow. You know, men are visual, so we look at a female and be like, oh man, she's everything. Until, right, you know, we're in the pot boiling and find out she's a witch and she eats humans. You know what I mean? But that's how we're wired. You know, men are wired like that. We visual. And, you know, females on the other hand, you know, they're more sentimental and more feeling, you know, they're more in touch, more in tune, and I'm generalizing, of course, this is my opinion. They're more in tune with you know, who they are and you know, what makes the heart beat. But unfortunately, man, sometimes they get caught up visually too. But we both miss the basics, and the basics is that foundation, man, that friendship.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think one of the complications is that most people really want to be the end game for most people is marriage, right? So, you know, and I think that makes the friendship aspect of it extremely difficult because most people, if you have a genuine friend, you your expectations of that friend are different than what they would be of someone who you're planning on spending the rest of your life with, right? So when you meet people and the nature of the first aspect of you meeting is that we're going to date, certain expectations come into play, right? So if you go out with a female and she's strictly looking at you as a friend, she might not be expecting you to pay. She might be like, oh, that's just my friend, right? But if she's dating you with the intent of taking this further, she's going to expect you to pay because her husband can't just be like her friend. Her husband has to be better than her friend. So I think that's one of the complexities that come into play into trying to be friends as well as develop more of a marriage and you know a long-term relationship type thing.
I agree. I definitely agree. But what you didn't mention is communication. Because again, men, we go in and our wives all twisted thinking is one thing, and like you said, the female have something totally different, and our wives get crossed.
Right.
Anger arises, and nobody knows what's going on and how they got to that place because no one even dared to talk. You know, no one reached that that divide, which is called communication.
Right. Communication is definitely paramount. I actually think, well, I think a good thing, like I say, I was telling my sister that when we talked on here, I was saying, you know, you first start dating somebody, you should go to, if you're looking at seriously being with them, you should go to couples therapy as a date, because it'll be fun, because it's like we just met. So what does it matter what you know about me? And that sets the standard for us being open and honest and communicative.
Exactly. I agree. I never thought about that. That's something new. Couple therapy. When you first meet somebody, that's eccentric. I mean, but think about it though. But because you really want to know, you know, if you buy a new car, you know what you get.
Right.
You go, you gonna get the fluid and everything. So I guess that's like a, couple therapy to get like diagnostics. You know, with a used car, because we're both used. You know, we're not brand new. Right. Just give me for 1 second, please give me 1 second. I need to find out where I'm at. Hold up.
He's gonna drop out probably. All right,
yeah,
cool.
I know how to do it without even having to request now.
Okay.
Click back. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know if you quote what I was saying about the couple therapy and the diagnostic check, but that's something to think about. I never thought of it like that. That's cool.
Yeah, I know. One of the things that you mentioned to me, and in our pre-video conversation, was you had an issue with the way women hold men's past against them, right? What is it? Like, let's just talk about that. What is that? What does that mean?
Well, and I'm speaking about our sisters. Man, the brothers, and I mean, some of us are some doggish cats, man. I mean, we take a woman through the ringer, man. We make Ike Turner look like a choir boy. Mm-hmm. But in saying that, a lot of us brothers, man, get dogged because of the trauma that the women have went through, and it isn't fair to us because we're not getting a fair shake of the dice. Unfortunately, I mean, that's just the way it is, the way this country designed, the female to look at us. And we do no better by degrading our women with the B word or even enticing them to dress in explicit ways, whether it be dressing like a stripper or half naked in the street, thinking that's alluring. I mean, it might be to some cats, but I mean, if I had a woman, I wouldn't want my woman showing half her stuff off. But nevertheless, to answer your question, a lot of black men, good black men, not the doggish cat, but a lot of good black men get dogged because of what our sisters went through in the past, and we gotta where the blunt of that. Like I'm a man, 2 jobs, in his 40s, no drugs, work hard. I have nothing against homosexuality, but not gay. I'm not your baby father.
Right.
I'm not the guy that hit you. I have 4 sisters. I'm not the guy that hits. I don't hit women, physically or mentally. I'm not the guy that hit you. But why do I have to endure all of that what you went through? Hold on for a second. Make sure I'm going the right. Yeah. Oh shit. Nah, I missed my turn. Hold on for a second.
All right.
And hold on for a second.
Paul, you still there? Hello. Got my man Paul on this joint. What up, Paul? What's good? I don't know if this one gonna make the YouTube. This joint too choppy. It's not going. This ain't gonna make it. Hey, Peru Cat 73. How are you doing? I appreciate you tuning in. So he dropped out again. I know. I see you, Paul. I think it's a delay. So he was getting ready to tell me. He was talking to me about how specifically black male and black female relationships, the females tend to treat their current man as if he's responsible for the negative things that her previous okay, yeah, he'll be back. That previous relationships brought upon her. And I think as a man, hey Sinead, I think as a man, what you have to do is if this is a woman you love and someone you're gonna be spending time with, you have to be willing to walk that path with her and be patient enough with her to and not match her emotions if they're negative, but remain calm and collected, and explain to her, I understand. I'm going to let you say, vent. I'm going to let you have your emotions and all of those things, but I'm not him, and I'm not going to be treated as if I'm him because I didn't do the things that he did to you. But I think that's a human condition. I think we've evolved in a way to where the brain works in a specific way. If you encounter danger at some point, as a woman, I can show you this is not gender based. Okay, cool. Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I think we as humans, if you to make an example, humans have really good relationships with dogs, right? Man's best friend, woman's best friend. But if you had someone who was as a kid got bit by a dog, they're they are probably going to have he's requesting to join back in. They're probably going to have a fear of dogs moving forward. And I think, and that's a reasonable thing. That's a reasonable thing for someone to have after they've been traumatized, especially when they've been traumatized over and over again in multiple different ways for multiple different people. So I think that's to say that we all have a lot of trust issues. So I think we all have a lot of inner work that needs to be done in order to be able to trust first and foremost ourselves, because there's an underlying acknowledgement to complaining about the people you've been in relationships with. And that underlying acknowledgement that doesn't always bubble to the top is the fact that you picked that person, right? So, and we have to be able to acknowledge, like, well, yeah, they did a whole bunch of things wrong. I wasn't good at picking. Peru Cat 73 says this is the human condition. We react to our experiences. That's 100% correct. Both men and women do this until they trust the person they are with. Now, and he back, but I wanted to say something because I'm not 100% comfortable discussing relationship things because I'm married and me and my wife have been together for a really long time. So I don't really know what's going on out there. But what I can help you with is if you found someone that you know is going to ride for you, I can give you my particular experiences and advice on how to improve. And trust is one of those things that comes throughout time. That trust has to be tested, bent, sometimes broken, and rebuilt and restructured, and all of that good stuff, right? So that's just my opinion. I'm gonna kick it back to you, Adrienne. You were saying that people hold their past experiences to their current relationship, to their current boyfriend or girlfriend.
And you're absolutely right. Where you're at with your marriage, that's what the average, and I'm speaking to, like I said, the brothers, that's what the average black man, because I don't believe in black people, but that's what the average brother wants, man. Marriage, like you said, somebody wholesome, somebody there, somebody got his back, rub his back at night, or whatever. Trust, like you said, it comes with time. But again, unfortunately, a lot of us don't put the time in. A lot of us want instant gratification. You know what, I want that now, I got to have it now, it's my money, I got to have it now, JT Wentworth. And right. Then we both sitting there with our hands up like, damn, what happened?
Right.
How we get here? Like, I thought we was vibing. But we go into these conversations, potential relationships with screwed up thoughts, man.
Preconceived notions too.
Exactly. And that's men and women. We put out these images, and just my opinion, everybody's looking, especially men, visual. Oh man, look how she look. So we thinking one thing. Women, oh man, look what he driving. And they thinking another thing, and it's like oil and water. Nobody never meshed. No trust has been established because nobody know what they doing. Nobody know what they want. We might say we can say at the top of our lungs, oh man, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. But then when you get it, you say, you know what, I really didn't want this. Marriage takes work. I want to get married. But then when somebody say, okay, I'll marry you, and then you get to thinking, oh, man, hold up. I got to do what? I got to report to you where I'm going, give you my code to my phone. We together, joint bank account. Oh, I ain't expect all this. Yeah. It's called a union. It's called a union. So, man, but us brothers, man, we get castrated by our sisters, man. And it got to a point where it was like, you know what? I'm only dating outside my race.
Wow.
I mean, because
Really?
man, it got that bad. It got that. I mean, look at me. I'm like, man, do I have an eye in the middle of my forehead? Do my breath stink? What is it? One female told me, and I put it on one of my posts. It's like, I don't want to date a guy who works all the time. What?
Right.
What you want me to stand on the corner? What do you want? And then on the reverse, it's like, well, what women are you going for? And I said, you know what? I never thought about that. What women am I going for? What women am I attracted to? So I had to reassess and reevaluate what I was doing wrong. Because, we tend, and like I said, I'm generalizing, we tend to say, you, instead of saying me.
Right.
So I said, you know what? Let me step back and see what maybe I'm too aggressive, or maybe I'm this, or maybe I'm that. But then it turned around, it's like, damn, it's not really me, because I reversed everything I did, and it's like, I'm still getting castrated for things I have not done. I don't even know you. Or when you go to compliment, and that's another thing in society, you can't even compliment a woman no more. Damn, you have nice shoes, or you have nice hair. It's always something else other than what the intended remark was for. You try to speak to the sisters, it's like, I don't want to talk to them. And I'm like, damn, I'm just saying, how you doing?
Right.
I'm just saying, how you doing? How you doing? Because I know you don't get that a lot. I mean, I feel like I'm in a world where the birds fly backwards and the trees grow upside down. I'm confused, man. I don't know what's going on. For real, I don't know what's going on.
Peru Cat 73 said, "Well, tuck your balls in, man. Don't let them hang out." So you hit on a lot of stuff. One of the things that I wanted to respond to, right, is you said that I think you're talking about black men being castrated by black women. I think that in to a certain degree, that's to be expected, because that is actually a blowback from the disrespect that we put forth towards them, especially in our entertainment. I mean, to be honest, not me and you, but as a collective, millions and billions of dollars have been made off the idea that we can call black women bitches and hoes. And we should have known that blowback was coming at some point. Now, because of the way humans are, it's very easy to group everybody from one group into one ideology, into one outlook. So when they see you, they don't just see you. They see the rappers that call them bitches and hoes, right? They see the white record exec that made billions of dollars off of you calling them this and that. And I'm not saying one wrong and another wrong makes it right, but when you do wrong, you get wrong, and that's just how it goes. That's just my opinion on that particular. That's the one thing that stuck out in my mind. But you said that pretty early on in what you were saying. Another question I had for you though, in terms of like dating, right? What are your thoughts on like 50-50 in the dating world, like 50-50? If you're going out on a date, should you pay for the whole date, or should she pay for her half, or should you pay for all of it and she pay the tip? How does that work in your mind?
Okay, first and foremost, your audio went out in my car.
Okay.
So I'm listening to you on my phone. That's why I'm getting closer.
Okay.
Um,
Did you hear the question?
Now I heard the question 50-50. So I want to
Yeah.
answer that question, but I want to hear you clearly because I don't want to be leaning to the phone. So let me try to fix this audio. But let me answer that question, then try to fix the audio, all right?
All
Now I'm
right.
going to answer the question first. 50-50 Dutch, whatever you want to call it, is great. I'm old school. I believe a man initially on the first date should pay for everything. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is spending $10,000 on 6 months of going out and nothing comes of it. I done spent $10,000. Of course, I'm being dramatic, but I done spent $10,000 on drinks, food, whatever, and you still talking about, you know what? I don't know. So I'm frustrated with that. But I believe a man on the first date initially, if he's able to pay for it, irregardless of the fuss he may get from her. I'm independent. Listen, baby, it ain't about your independency. It's just about me being a man. Let a man be a man and let me take you out. Let me take you out and pay for it. Now, after that, if they want to go Dutch or she want to pay for half, that's cool. But initially, I believe the man should pay. That's just me.
Okay.
Let me fix my audio because
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, fix your audio because I got a question for you. Melissa got a question. She had the same question that I had. So go ahead, handle your business.
I bet.
All right. So he's fixing his audio. Melissa says, what is expected as the return on investment? And that's, I wasn't going to word it that good, right? But that's the question that I had. I'm like, okay, well, what is your expectation? And how soon are you expecting a return on that investment? Because, you know, we all invest in things, and, you know, we have short-term expectations and long-term expectations. So myself and Melissa had a question for you. Melissa said, what is expected as the return on investment?
Mathematical question, business question. Again, can you say something? I want to make sure you hear me. I keep having this.
Yeah. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It went back. Hold up one second. Hold on. Cause I keep having this damn person call me. Hold up.
All right.
Hold up. Let me go out again. Hold on for a second.
Okay, so just so that I understand, Melissa, are you asking what is he expecting to get in return for his investment? That's what because that's what I was wondering. I'm like, what is he expecting to get? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. All right. So the return on investment, the ROI, is something you cannot get back. There's no return unless you stick it out, because the time that you put in is your time. You can't get the time back. So the ROI, unfortunately, is zero unless you guys are on the same page, y'all going in with the same intention, and y'all willing to deal with life, because there's going to be arguments. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be clouds. There's going to be rain. Put your raincoat on, like my man said. Chuck my balls. Excuse my language. But the ROI is there is no return unless you're willing to lose the initial investment, which is time, something you can't get back. I don't know if I'm making sense, but that's how I answer that. It's the time that you can't get back, and that's what's frustrating.
Okay,
to
hold
me.
on. Okay, so hold on, because the comments are rolling in here. So there's some ambiguity as to what you're expecting, because you said you spent, for an example, extreme example, you spent $10,000 and you're getting nothing. But if you spend $10,000 on, like, when you invest, you're expecting to get something, right? Like, I don't put my money on the market and be like, I sure hope I don't get my money back. So what is it? So to simplify, I at least want my money back, right? So to simplify, what is it that you want? Are you looking for companionship? Are you looking for sex? Are you looking to build a family? What are you looking to get back? And I wanted to go. It's two other questions on here, and I want to make sure that I read them, right?
Okay.
Shanae said, "What should the woman expect to get in return for this loyalty?" So Shanae wants to know what's the woman getting, right? And Peru Cat 73 said, "What are your expectations in 6 months of dating? Are you making your expectations clear? Are you communicating? What are you looking for? Do you date with a purpose?" So that's what we want to know.
Excellent question. Now, I'm in total agreement with what you just said, the ambiguity, because communicating, it goes back to what we were saying initially. Communication. I'm communicating one thing, this is what I want, not what I expect, but this is what I want. Are we on the same page? Yes, we on the same page. But then 6 months later, it's something different.
What do you want 6 months later?
Well, I mean, okay, for example.
You specifically. What do you want 6 months later?
Me specifically, if I'm dating a woman, then I'm going into the dating as if we're trying to build something. We're trying to build a union. This is my purpose. I'm not Rockefeller, so I don't have money to throw around. So if I'm going out with you and spending my money, and these are what we're doing, we're seen together around town, then okay, we're moving towards a union. Something more solid than friendship. Now we done went past the stage of friendship, so now we're dating heavy now. So you can consider me your man, I consider you my woman. Maybe in 9 months you can move in with me or I can move in with you. But these are steps and measures. But if 6 months go past and so are we friends? That's what I need to know. Are we friends? Because we just friends, then cool. Maybe we need to start Dutching and stuff. Or we real good friends. And okay, I am my foot in the bill, but I mean, let's be real here. Nobody has money to waste. Nobody has time to waste. Time I can't get back. Money I can get back. Time I can't get back. And that's the most frustrating thing about dealing with anyone. Because when you invest, like women, they invest their time in us, and then come to find out, we disloyal. And vice versa. We invest our time in the female, but like, man, I'm really digging her. And come to find out, she's disloyal. But initially y'all went into it as, this is what we're going to do together. And in the time, again, the ROI, the time, something you can't get back, which is most precious. You cannot get that time back.
Okay, so
hold on one second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah,
one second.
Go ahead, do your thing. Yeah, that's what I was. I see Melissa. You say, but dating is about exploration. I agree with that. One of the questions that I was trying to get a better understanding of was, are your short-term and long-term expectations being put out on Front Street as soon as the relationship gets going? So I'm assuming you back, right?
Yes, sir.
So when you date, and we're talking about you, because I can't do the general thing for dating. It's so individualistic or whatever. Yes, dating is a risk. Are you putting forth your expectations, short term and long term, and are they realistic in the beginning?
I can say undoubtedly and use the absolute word yes, because I'm at an age now, I'm almost 50, so I'm not going and playing no games with myself. Again, time, I don't have that time to waste. So I'm telling you, as an alpha, this is what I expect, this is what I want, and this is what I want in this amount of time. Not what I expect, but this is what I want in this amount of time, and then maybe we can move on from there. Not just doing it day to day on the wing and hoping or maybe and guessing. Nah, I can't live my life like that. I can't live my life like that. So yes, I put forth what I want. Not what I expect, what I want. Then I ask, well, what do you want? So we can be on the same page, because sometimes my wants is not what they want, and vice versa. And they're going to get that communication. But if there's no communication, because I'm not a big communicator, I'm not going to lie. I'm not a big communicator. I don't talk a lot. I don't talk a lot because if I'm there with you, that's me saying I'm there with you. That's just me. I mean, I don't know if you do it. That's just me. If I'm with you, I'm
Mm-hmm.
enjoying your company. I don't need to talk all the time. I'm there with you.
Right.
Women love to talk.
Presence.
I'm supposed to listen. You think I'm saying? I like to listen. I don't like to talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gotten me in trouble in the past. But you don't say a lot. You don't say much. And I'm like, I'm saying enough about being here. I'm here with you. Like, I'm nowhere else. I'm like Jay-Z. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. You think I'm saying? I'm
Mm-hmm.
here with you. I'm here with you. And, you know, maybe I need to talk a little more, but when it comes to what I want, oh, definitely, I'm verbose in that. I'm definitely verbose in that. I'm going to say everything I need to say because I don't want no misunderstanding. Oh,
Right.
man, I thought, oh, maybe, I ain't going to think like Caesar. I'm going to tell you what I want. This is what I want. I mean, I didn't say my piece, though.
So okay, so this joint is I have to kind of piece together my thoughts because you bring up a lot of different points along the way. One of the things I was gonna say is communication is the key, right? So we all have to be willing to communicate with each other. My wife said it sounds like you need to find a woman who is like-minded and wants the same thing as you up front. I agree with that. One of the things that I was gonna say, it seems like you are triggered by people who waste your time and people who waste your money, more so your time, a little less so your money, right? And that makes me think that in terms of the money, right? I think we've got, because we live in a capitalist society, and I'm nowhere near socialist or communist or anything. I'm cool. Capitalism is okay with me. But I think that we allow capitalism to drive our very interpersonal relationships, right? And I'm like, you could spend time with somebody damn near every day and don't spend but the gas money it take to go see them. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's real important. Melissa said being there could mean a lot. Could be bored, could need a place to be, could enjoy sex, etc. Just being there isn't enough. So the ladies are saying that she says verbalization is necessary. So the women are saying that just your presence doesn't meet the standard, right? What they're saying is we need that. Women need that communication. And to be honest, this is what I think it is. And I think this is not just women. I think this is across the board. I think people need validation, not agreement. I don't need you to agree with my views, right? I need validation. I need to feel like I'm heard. I need to feel like you understand where I'm coming from. You can empathize with me, even if you disagree. And I think that if like you say, you're not talking that much, that could be the problem. That could be one of the problems if you're holding back because you're talking a lot to me, right? So you have a lot going on up here. You seem like a very intelligent person. It's like you might want to take the opportunity to jump out there. And if it doesn't work, that's life, right? You only get one successful relationship. If you lucky too, because you might be a widow or a widower, right? The rest of these shits is an investment. We all put in our time, we all put in our money, and we all lose except for that one time, right?
Yeah, you absolutely right. And to keep it 100, man, I think you're right. I think you're right. I mean, I have to work on me, you know what I mean, as far as my communication. But I love to talk to my woman. We can talk all day.
Right.
I'm the type of man that I want a woman that I fall in love with every time I see her.
Right.
Every single time I see her, I fall right back in love.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody that would finish my thoughts. I don't talk a lot because, you know, I'm deemed as boring. You know, someone, you're boring. It's not that I'm boring, but I like reading books. I play the trumpet. You know, I like listening to jazz. Now, I'm a Washingtonian at heart. I used to go to Black Hole, the Met, Ibex. I done it all. I'm in a different point in my life now. So, I'm more simple. I want to watch a movie and have a dinner. I want to have dinner and watch a movie and chill. You want to talk? Let's talk. I want to play Monopoly. People don't even play board games anymore.
Right.
So I might be boring. You know, I'm cool with that. My communication, say something stimulating to get me going. You know, because me personally, I'm always complimenting my woman. Dan, you look nice. Your hair look nice. That's just me. So I'm always talking. But
do you ask questions?
honestly, I don't.
Okay. So
Unless, unless I think it's something wrong.
okay.
Unless I think it's something wrong.
So that's one of your issues right there. And I'm just giving you my opinion. I ain't no relationship expert, right? I started doing this right here because, for one, I like to hear people's thoughts and opinions, right? And making a statement ends in a period means at the end of that statement, there's nothing left to be discussed as far as that sentence goes, right? But when you ask a question, it opens it up. So I think a lot of people are afraid to ask questions or hesitant to ask questions because they may have their personal beliefs attacked, right? If you can get to a point where I can ask you a question about politics, about space, I'm into astrology, you know, and all of that good stuff, just to see what's going on. What are your thoughts, right? And what that does is, if you can still, you don't even have to talk as much. But the fact that you ask a question shows a woman that you're interested in what's going on in her mind and her heart. If the only time you ask a question is when something's wrong, she gonna be like, damn, the only time nigga give a fuck about what I think is when something wrong. Here, is shit going good. He ain't got no questions for me. But if she's having a good day, you be like, damn, baby, what happened? You looking good, you know, like you feeling good today. Melissa said my question would be, is he seeking that kind of woman, or is he seeking younger, more outgoing types? And that's what I was wondering too. If you're a simple man, you gotta seek out simple women.
I be honest with you, I stopped looking, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I stopped looking. All I do, I go to work, and it's like, if I meet somebody cool, I go to the movie by myself. I go out by myself. For example, Thanksgiving, I don't want to be bothered. You know, I'm gonna go have dinner by myself at the restaurant. Got plenty of family, got friends. Hey man, come on over here. But nah, I'm good because, you know, I'm kind of a you know, I guess I am looking for somebody like whoever said what they said. I need to find somebody like-minded like me.
Right.
I don't seek the youngness because, I mean, they look good. You can throw them against the wall and they bounce back. Excuse my terminology. I mean, you know, but I'm the realest dude I know, man. But
it's all good.
But that's not what I want, because at the end of the day, if the intellect isn't there, it's like, man, I'm talking to a bimbo. You know what I mean? Then when it comes to older women around my age, it's cool, but then I get to thinking about, you know, Friday Part 3, she's putting that little thing on her, the little line on her lip. He's like, oh, you got a nice little line right there. She's like, what's that? So,
hey, look, man. Hey, look, dog. Let me look, yo. This is the thing, man.
Yeah.
This something that I had to come to the realization within myself, right? I realized it for a really long time. I didn't look at women as being human.
Okay.
I looked at women, and I don't want to say I was objectifying them, but I think I had women in a realm that was right above human, so right between human and the angelic, I guess, right on the spiritual scale. And then I came to the realization that they're human, right?
Yeah.
And they have imperfections, perfect imperfections, just like we do. And so it could be that, you know, because like you say, we're visual creatures, men are visual. We get caught up in the visual, and just because the skin of the apple is shiny and red doesn't mean the inside is healthy and delicious. And just because the skin may have a couple stretch marks on it doesn't mean that the inside isn't sweet and fulfilling. And I think that's where we have to be willing to take the time to stop, Melissa, you messing me up. We got to be willing to take the time to accept that apple, accept that woman for what it is, because the female with the little line, she might be the one that's willing to play Monopoly with you. Now, if you could keep it real with her and she could keep it real with you, you could be like, look, baby, I think you sexy. You got a little something on your lip right here. I'm going to pay. Get that joint laser removed, waxed off, and you be good. The same way she may come to you and like, I ain't going to lie. So like, I was, I'm going thin. I was losing my hair. You know what I'm saying? I went and got SMP. It's called scalp micropigmentation. So yeah, just a thought. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? That makes sense. Hold on, let me check my GPS one more time. Give me 1 second.
All right, cool. That's cool. I'll go on while you check it.
All right.
Yeah. So I think, because women are really, a woman is the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen, that most men have ever seen, and because y'all just have this inherent beauty, we as men tend to hold y'all in a higher esteem on a physical level. And I think that because of that, the women that we aren't as attracted to, we don't pay them as much attention when in reality they may be the ones that could help push us over the top. So I think it's real important for us to be willing to meet people where they are, be willing to have conversations with people who aren't perfect in our eyes, because none of us are perfect. And that was something that I had to learn. It took me a while to realize that, like, wow, these women, they're human. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I think that's important. He left out. I'm pretty sure he's gonna come back in. But yeah, man. I mean, me personally, since this is just me for right now, I'll give y'all, my opinion. I find women attractive that a lot of other men don't, because I like big women, right? I like stretch marks. That shit cool to me. You know what I'm saying? He back in. Let's see if I can get him back in so we can finish it up. I accepted the request. Say I have no request. He should be back in. You back?
Yeah, I'm just trying to maneuver this damn traffic before they run me over. Yeah, I'm back.
I don't get ran over, dog.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I'm back.
So, let me ask you this. Who or what is more responsible for the current state of the black male, black female relationship? Assuming that it's not in a good state.
Indoctrination.
Okay.
Jim Crow. A guy named
Willie Lynch.
Willie Lynch, my man. Yep. That's those individuals, the institution is responsible for the state of mind that a lot of us are in. So that's what I believe it is.
Okay. So,
go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Cause I'm looking at the trash because I'm talking to you. So go
I see
ahead.
you trying to make sure you get your exit. I don't want you missed one turn already. I don't want you to get lost and end up in Waldo somewhere. Superman.
Yeah.
So, I'm someone who can acknowledge how the past affects the present moment, right?
Okay.
I don't give a fuck, right? Fix that shit, right? It is what it is. Like we're not the only group of people who have been through hardships historically, right? And America has an increasing divorce rate anyway, so this is some human shit, right? But we, when black people like to have conversations about black people, that's just what it is. But slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, Willie Lynch, all of that shit, it may reverberate into the present moment, because what we do in, what do you say? What we do in life echoes in eternity. Overcome that shit, right? Buckle down, do what needs to be done, because our kids, if we're not going to break the chains, right, then who is? So Willie Lynch dead and gone. I don't give a fuck about him, right? What can I do with my woman right now to make sure that there's at least one relationship, one black male-female relationship that's successful, communicative, loving, a good example for our kids, and a good example for anybody else who's seeking an improved marriage or relationship. That's my opinion.
Man, I couldn't agree with you more. You asked me a question, and I answered it, but I'm in the mindset of you. Man, look, all right, it happened. Let's go. Let's fix our house. All right? And I'm with you with that. But you asked me a question, so I answered it.
Right. Respect. Respect.
You know? I mean, truth don't need no support. Everything you said was true. 100. So, I mean, it's nothing to add to that.
Right. So Peru Cat said, yes, acknowledge it, and now what? You have progress and move forward. As a Latina, I have broken a lot of stereotypes that I believe because I'm a Latina. I personally don't know too much about the Latina stereotypes. They probably about the same as black people.
Mira, yo tengo una mujer en el pasado en mi vida. ¿Entiendes? I'm talking to her.
Okay.
Los dos personas, tú y mí, es no diferente. Es lo mismo. Tu gente tienes esclavos and yo también. So basically what I'm saying is her people and my people are the same. They had slaves, we had slaves, you think I'm saying? But like you said, it's time for us to overcome that. A lot of stereotypes, like she said, a lot of stereotypes being thrown out there. Like as a brother, because like I said, I don't believe in black or white people, but as a brother, you know, we get it the worst. We get it the worst. Every God, what we do, we don't do it good enough. You know what I mean? How hard we work, we don't work hard enough. But like you said, you know what? I'm gonna keep doing me, and I'm gonna keep stepping on the shoulders of my ancestors and keep it moving. And I'm gonna show you how it really supposed to go. I don't know if I'm bouncing all over the world, but
nah, you good.
It all ties into relationships. We need to gather our forces. We need to gather our forces, gather our women, you know, gather our brothers, and keep it moving. For the ones that look like us, that's not with us, then you got to disregard them, man.
Right.
Farrakhan said it best, man. Some people that look like you is not with you, man. It's not with you, you know, and unfortunately, you got to leave them by the wayside. I'm a true believer in sometimes you outgrow people, you outgrow situations. And that's what that is with me when it goes back into our initial conversation, relationship. A lot of things I've outgrown. A lot of situations I've outgrown. And, you know, financially, one cannot move out in a way right now. So one is, you know, surrounded by what he's surrounded by. You know, you got to play the hand of cards with the cards you were dealt.
Right.
But in saying that, I try to make the best hand possible, man. But again, stereotypes and the misinformation and the trauma that's been done to us handicap us. And it takes brothers like us, it takes strong sisters, whether it be sisters or Latinas, and say, you know what, I want something different. I want something different for myself. I want something different for my children if they have any. You know, I just want something different.
Right.
You know, I have nothing to lose in everything in the game because we've been losing for so long in this country. You know,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I feel you. So I only got like 5 minutes left. So I want to know, and I mean, if you want to continue, we can you can answer this next question, then and then we could turn around and go live again if we want to restart the clock. Give me 5 people, dead or alive, real or fictitious, that you would want to sit down and have a conversation with.
Malcolm X. Martin Luther King.
Okay.
Martin Luther King. Marcus Garvey.
That's a good one.
Noble Drew Ali.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Carver. George Washington Carver.
George Washington Carver. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
So that was easy. So who's your first one though? Who's your first one?
Malcolm X.
Why Malcolm?
Why was you so angry and then had a dramatic 180 and your heart opened up and it cost you your life. I would like to have known at the moment. He said it was Mecca, but I'd like to know at that moment, when did he decide to embrace humanity and tear down his racist views of humanity? I would like to sit down and talk with him.
Cool. Well, I mean, that's it. That's what I got for the first hour. If you want to keep going, we could click it off and I could do a part 2 if you want to.
I don't mind. Let me check in my GPS if you want. I'm just gonna request because I love this because you still ain't got to the other 2 topics.
Yeah, we didn't get to. That's why I said I knew the relationship joint was going to last. I figured that anyway because like I had like 7 or 8 questions. It's only 2 or 3 for the other topic. So, real quick, if anybody else wants to join in on the conversation, I know we had some people that had stuff to say. We can add 2 people to the conversation. We can make this a 3-way conversation if y'all want to. Hit me up. Let me know. We're going to sign off on this one. If I go in my inbox and somebody say, yo, can you go live again? I want to talk. I'll go live again. We can get back to it. If you want to talk to me on another date, normally I do it on Fridays at 7 in my inbox. Holla at me. Do you have any questions for me, dog?
Yeah, man. When we going to do this again if I can't do it tonight? I got to hit your inbox, right?
Yeah, just hit my inbox and we'll set it up. You know what I'm saying? I got a few people that's already trying to get in and get lined up, but I pretty much got open schedule for the most part because I work nights. So whenever you want to get in and do it again, we could do it again. Peru Cat said, yes, continue with love listening. So what I do is I'll log off of here. I'll log back in. If anybody want to jump on, cool. If not, I'll just give y'all my thoughts on the conversation we just had.
I'm definitely, hey, listen, cause I'm definitely trying to talk to you again because you definitely going to blow up and then I'm going to have to go to your agent. So you're accessible now. In a few, you're going to be inaccessible, man. So
hey, look, for real, I was I think it was my man I was texting my man. I was like, I don't even do this for the hope of blowing up or getting the money. I genuinely like just talking to people. You know what I'm saying? This shit is cool to me. And like, I just was like, man, you know what? I'm about to just start going live. And whoever want to rap to me, they could rap to me. It'll be about them. I get my little 2 cents. And this shit cool. If it turned into money, cool. If not, I already attained the American dream. Actually, it's a matter of if it goes further. If not, that's cool. I've been on national TV already.
That's what's up.
So I'm going to log out, and then I'm going to log back in. All right.
Okay.
All right. Peace out, y'all. Love.
All right.